Hello, and welcome to a grab and go activity put on by me, Christine, the teen librarian at the Jones Creek branch of the East Baton Rouge Parish Library System. Our activity for today will be color-blocked canvas bookmarks. Our materials are plastic canvas, a blunt needle, embroidery floss, scissors, and you may also like to have a piece of cardboard and some tape. Let's get started. First, you'll want to thread your needle. Once your needle is threaded, you'll want to take the longer end and tie a knot at the end. Now we'll start at one corner of our plastic canvas bookmark. We're going to start from below and push the threaded needle up through the first hole on one side. Pull all the thread through until it reaches the knot. Then we're going to go across the whole width of the plastic canvas and put our needle and thread through the last hole on that side. This is our first line of stitching. Now there are two ways you can continue this. You can continue going around and around so that it covers both sides. Or you can come right back through right here. I'm going to go around and around, but that'll use twice as much thread as if I only covered one side. It's up to you. Now that I've come through over here, I'll go around the back and come up through the second hole over here. Then I'll go across to the second hole on this side, down and through, across the back into the third hole over here, across the front to the third hole, and you start to see how this is going to go. On the back, it looks like this right now. When I do another line over here, momentarily I'll have 3 lines of stitching on the front and 3 lines of stitching on the back. And you'll continue this until your block of color is finished. And that'll be when you feel like your stripe is wide enough and you're ready to switch to a new color. All right, I think this will be my last of this color. I'll take it to the back and then cut this off with a bit of a tail that I'll tie on to my next color. We have my next color, which is this silvery gray. I'm going to thread the needle with this one. And then I'm going to come up over here where the next stitch of purple would be if it were still purple. Looking to the back, I have this here of my gray and this here of my purple. I'm going to tie them in a knot. Now my gray is secure, and I can continue doing my color block of that color. So I'm coming up over here, I'm going down over here, going around the back and coming up, going around the front and going down. We'll continue doing this, changing up the colors, rethreading the needle, tying the backs together until you have covered your entire bookmark. You also don't need to do straight stripes all the way across. It's just the fastest and most simple way. You could also go down earlier, say like this, after only a couple boxes, and then come up in the next one to give it a more stitched appearance. You can see how that looks here. Now, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to keep doing the simplest around and around. I'll join you again when my entire bookmark has been filled. All right, here we go. Here is the finished front of my bookmark. It's lovely. Now, the back isn't as pretty because we got all these little stray bits. You have two options for what you can do with them. You can either cut them off or stuff them down inside. I've chosen mostly to stuff them down, but if you want, you certainly can trim them off. There are more beautiful ways to do this, but they're not the easy way, and we're going for the easy way for today. Now it's time to talk about this piece of cardboard and our tape. It's for making a tassel. For the tassel, you'll take a length of one of your pieces of string and wrap it around 20 times around the cardboard. The little piece of tape is in fact to hold the beginning in place, so you don't have to hold it with your hands. Let's go around. All right, I think that's enough for our tassel. I wasn't counting. Were you? I'm going to cut off the end, and then I need another length. I'm going to cut out something about this long, maybe 4 or 5 inches. This I'm going to slide underneath all of the wraps around the cardboard, and then I'm going to tie a knot in it very tightly. This will be the top of our tassel. Then let's slide it off the cardboard and take the tape off. If we stretch it out with the knot on one side, you have all the other lengths on the other. And directly opposite of that knot we tied, we're going to cut it. There. Now, I'm going to hold on to the thread from that knot I tied and pull all the other stuff down. I've got a little bit of unevenness and some long ones, so I'll trim that off. Now this doesn't look quite like a tassel. We need yet another little length of thread. And you can use little bits that you cut off in the process of making your bookmark. I'm going to go down a little bit and tie a knot. Well, first I'm going to wrap around a couple of times and then tie a knot. And this will make a head for our tassel, so it looks good and tassel-y. In fact, I'm going to tie another knot because I love tying more than one knot for my peace of mind. All right, now I'm going to cut these little tails off, or can I? No, look at that. I can work them into the tassel so they're basically invisible. That's satisfying. Now we need to attach this knot, which I only tied once. Look at that, it almost came undone. Tie it again. To my bookmark. And to do that, I'm going to thread one of the ends with my needle. There we go. It's threaded on, and I am going to go through a center hole here from the back to the front. And pull all of the thread through with it. There we go. Careful to keep that on. I'm going to go one hole over and from the front through to the back. That way, the thread ends are on the back. And I'm going to tie, yes, another knot. I'm going to leave enough of a loop so that my tassel can hang down a bit like that. But these two bits right here are getting tied together. There we go. I'm going to trim these extra little bits off, as I love to do. So here is our finished color block bookmark with tassel. Isn't that lovely? It's very fun to touch, and it'll be very fun to use it in a book you're reading. Thank you for your time. I hope you've enjoyed this grab and go opportunity, and I hope you will hear from us again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.